In the last class, we were studying how to interpret a graph. So, on the graph, you have two axes, x-axis and y-axis, and then you have an equation which relates these two variables like y is equals to x square, and then you make a table x, y. If you put x equals to 1, what will you get y equals to? Put x equals to 1 here. So x equals to 1, y equals to 1 square. This is x square, y equals to 1. That's 1. So y is 1. Put x equals to 2. What will you get?
4. Y equals 4.
Y equals 4. You put x equals 3, y equals to
9.
9. Okay. So here, now you plot a graph. Like on the y-axis, we have the points 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. On the x-axis, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now the first point is x equals to 1, y equals to 1. So you have this is x equals to 1 here and y equals to 1 here. So join these, you'll get a point over here. So that's the point I have got. Now x equals to 2 and y equals to 4. So now x equals to 2 and y equals to 4. So you get another point. So this was your first point. This is your second point. Now x equals to 3, but y will be equals to
9.
9. Okay. So x equals to 3. So x equals to 3, y equals to 9. So we have got another point. And we write this point as 3, 9. We write this point as 2, 4. We write this point as 1, 4. Okay. So if you join these 3 points, I'm asking you that join these 3 points. See, they will not lie on a line actually. They will lie on a curve. So it's a curve. And if you take x equals to minus 1, still y will be equals to 1. Take x equals to minus 2. So minus 2 square will again be plus 4. And take x equals to minus 3. Y will be equals to 9. So you'll get a symmetric graph on this side also. So this graph, which relates these two variables, this particular graph is parabola. Okay. What do we call this particular graph? Parabola. You can see that this is not a line, right? This is a curve. It is a curve. So, not a line. Not a line. So, this is not a line graph. This is not a line graph. So we also say it non-linear, means line is not there, so non-linear graph. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you can see here the power of one of the variables is 2 and the power of another variable is 1. So whenever we have powers greater than 1, then we get these curves. We don't get a straight line graph. So you have understood how to plot a graph. First of all, you need to know the relation between x coordinate and y coordinate. So this is the relation. And then take the points and then join the points. So first thing is relation. Second thing is draw the table. Table will give you the points. And the third step is join the points to get graph. So these are the 3 steps how to draw a graph. Okay? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Students, also write down simultaneously along with me. It's very important to write it down. And if something is left, then you can watch the video and you can complete your notes. And then write these notes once more. That is your homework. If you will write these notes once more, then only you will be able to understand the concept in a better way. Now, how do we get a linear graph? Means a line, graph as a line. Okay, so a graph xy, and very simple graph, very simple, y equals to x. This is the relation. What is the relation here? Number one thing, what's the relation between x and y? What's the relation?
Y equals to X.
So relation is an equation which has, so what's the relation? Relation is an equation which has x and y. That's your relation. So it's an equation. So x equals to y. So you will draw a table. That is your second step. X, y. Take x equals to 1. What will y equals to, students?
1.
1. Because both are equal. Both are same. X equals to 2. Y equals to?
2.
X equals to 3. Y equals to?
3.
X equals to 4. Y equals to?
4.
Good. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now x equals to 1, y equals to 1, you get this point. X equals to 2, y equals to 2, you get this point. X equals to 3, y equals to 3, you will get this point. Y equals to 4, x equals to 4, x equals to 4, and y equals to 4, you get this point. X equals to 5 and y equals to 5, you get this point. And x equals to 0, y equals to 0, you get this point also. All these points lie on a straight line. So, which graph do you have this time? You have a linear graph. So, you have two types of graphs. One is nonlinear. In the nonlinear, so that's the nonlinear graph. And that's the linear graph. In the linear graph, you can see the power of the variables. That is 1. So when the power of both the variables is 1, your graph will be a line. You will get a linear graph. Okay, so you'll get a line. So linear graph, you get a line. And when any of the power is greater than 1, it can be power can be 2, power can be 3, power can be 4, then you get a non-linear graph. Means non-linear means not a line, but you will get a curve. Like here, this special case y equals to x square parabola. Okay, students, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us take one more example. Now you have y equals to 2x. Okay. Again, you will be relation you have, now you will be forming a table. So x and y. So x is 1. What will y equals to? 2, because y is twice of x, right? Y is
Yes, sir.
twice of x. X equal to 2, y equals to
4.
x equals to 3, y equals to
6. 9. 6.
x equals to 4, y equals to 4 to 4, 4 to the 8. 8. Okay. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the y-axis also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now x equals to 1, y equals to 2, 1 point. X equals to 2, y equals to 4. We'll get another point. X equals to 3, y equals to 6. X equals to 3, base 3, 1, 2, 3. Now moving upward, and y equals to 6. So get another point. X equals to 4, y equals to 8. You get another point. X equals to 0. What will y equals to? 0?
0.
Yes. So you get another point. What do you see here? That if I am changing, if change in x is 1, what is change in y? So if students, I have told you that I'm not going to. So important point here is that when the change in x, so this is delta x, this delta, it looks like a small triangle. It's delta, it is a Greek symbol. So the name of this symbol is delta, and it means change in. Okay, so either I write change in x or I write delta x. So it saves time. So that is why I use this symbol delta. So delta means change in. So change in x is 1. How much is the change in y? 4 minus 2. 2. Here again, change in x is 1. How much is the change in y?
2.
Yes. So change in x is 1, but change in y is 2. How much is the change in x? 1. How much is the change in y? 2 steps. 2 steps. 2 points. See here. Change in x is 1, but change in y is 2.
2.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yes, sir.
change in x was 1 and change in y was 1.
1.
So, this is another definition of slope. So, how much you are changing on y-axis is the slope of the line. How much you are changing on the y-axis when, if you change if you change x by 1 point, how much is the change along the y-axis? That is your slope of the line. Have you understood?
Yes, sir. Sir, please tell again.
See, it's so simple. If change in x is 1, then change in y is known as slope of the line. As simple as that. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So you can see here 1 is written, here 2 is written. So this 2 is slope. This 1 is slope. And I have a symbol for this slope, and the symbol for slope is m, small m. So here the m is equal to 1. Here m is equals to
2.
2. So slope is 2 here. Here the slope is 1. So it means I can write this 1 and 2 as m. So what will be the equation of the line? So can I write these two equations are in the form y equals to m into x. Are all of you agree or not? Where this m is the slope. Yes.
Yes, sir.
All of you are agree?
Yes, sir.
So students, see, yesterday in the last class, I told you the definition of slope as tan theta, right? And tan theta was equals to opposite side upon opposite side to the angle theta. So if I want to find the slope of this line, another way, you will get the same answer, no doubt about it. This angle is theta. Here, this angle is theta. So tan theta is opposite upon adjacent. So what is opposite upon adjacent? So if you take any part of this line, you can take. You take this part 1 by 1. Slope is 1. Means opposite upon adjacent. This is your theta. So opposite upon adjacent 1 upon 1. If you take, because change in x-axis is 1, change in y-axis is 1. So opposite upon adjacent is means change in y-axis upon change in x-axis. So that's 1 upon 1. Here it is 2 upon 2. So slope is 2. So you have different ways of finding the slope. Now in layman's language, what is the meaning of slope? Slope is this slide, water slide, or yes, this you are sliding on it, yes. So where will you come down faster? In case A or in case B?
B. Case B.
Case B. So it has more slope?
Sir, case B.
Yes, case B. It has more slope. So the slope is nothing, but it's just it's very easy to tell. If I am sliding, where will I come down faster? So that is the slope.
Okay, sir.
So mathematical way of telling the slope. So here you can see the slope is 1. Here there is more slope, you will come down faster, so slope is 2. Is this okay, students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So slope, which is your m, is tan theta, opposite upon adjacent, change in y-axis upon change in x-axis, right? So if I put here, like a definition, if delta x is 1, so put delta x equals to 1, change in x is 1, so you will get here delta y. So what will be the slope equals to, students? So if you put delta x equals to 1, what the slope will be equals to? Delta y. Yes or no?
Yes, सर फिर से बता दो एक बार.
Okay. See, like these are all different ways of slope. स्लोप का मतलब हिंदी में होता है ढाल, कि कितनी ढलान है. ढलान आप देख रहे हैं, यहाँ ढलान कम है, यहाँ ढलान ज्यादा है, कोई भी बता सकता है. बट इन मैथमेटिकल वे हाउ विल आई टेल? सो मैथमेटिकल वे इज slope that is equals to tangent theta. तो जिसको tan थीटा समझ नहीं आ रहा वो कल की क्लास देख ले, वीडियो नंबर 2. ओके, तो उसे क्लियर हो जाएगा.
ओके सर.
तो tan थीटा क्या होता है? ये हमारा एक राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल है, आप देख रहे हैं इन दोनों केसेस में. ये 90 डिग्री है, ये देख रहे हैं आपने 90 डिग्री ट्रायंगल एक बन रहा है यहाँ पर, यहाँ भी एक राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल बन रहा है यहाँ पर भी, और ये है हमारा एंगल थीटा. तो टेंजेंट थीटा होता है रेशियो ऑफ, ये तो आपकी हाइपोटेन्यूज हो गई जो 90 डिग्री के सामने लॉन्गेस्ट साइड, और ये हो गई आपकी साइड थीटा के सामने, तो ओपोजिट साइड टू एंगल थीटा. और ये साइड कौन सी हो गई आपकी? एडजेसेंट साइड टू एंगल थीटा. तो इस तरीके से, तो जो tan थीटा है ये एक रेशियो का नाम है कि आप अपोजिट साइड टू एंगल थीटा डिवाइडेड बाय एडजेसेंट साइड टू एंगल थीटा. तो स्टूडेंट्स ये इसमें हमने दो साइड्स और एक एंगल को कनेक्ट कर दिया है, और ये जो दो साइड्स की जो रेशियो है ये क्या किसके इक्वल होगी? tan थीटा की. और यही जो है अपोजिट साइड अब आपकी क्या है? अपोजिट साइड कुछ नहीं है, आपका चेंज इन वाई एक्सिस है. क्या अपोजिट साइड? चेंज इन
वाई एक्सिस.
और ये क्या आपका चेंज इन? तो एडजेसेंट साइड इज योर चेंज इन एक्स एक्सिस. और आप इस स्लोप को मैंने बताया कि यू कैन राइट इट विद लेटर. इसके लिए लेटर क्या है? m. क्या है? m, स्मॉल m. और अब मैंने आपको बताया कि अगर आप डेल्टा एक्स को 1 लिख दोगे, कितना लिख दोगे? 1. यहां डेल्टा एक्स 1 ले लिया आपने. डेल्टा एक्स यानी कि आप एक्स एक्सिस पे 1 पॉइंट मूव करो तो ये देखो कि आप वाई एक्सिस पे कितना मूव किया. तो वाई एक्सिस पे जो मूव किया आपने 2 किया है, यहां पर कितना किया था? 1. तो इस तरीके से, तो अगर डेल्टा एक्स 1 है तो स्लोप किसके इक्वल हो जाएगा? डेल्टा वाई के. तो ये स्लोप लिखने के कितने ढंग हैं, कितने वेज हैं, ये सब आपको मैथ्स में कर लेंगे.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
यस.
सर ये चेंज इन वाई एक्सिस और चेंज इन एक्स एक्सिस बता दो.
ओके स्टूडेंट्स, ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपके लिए नए हैं, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. क्योंकि ये क्लास आपकी रेगुलर होगी, डेली होगी, तो ये नई लैंग्वेज है आपके लिए। जैसे नई भाषा सीखते हैं ना आप, तो ये नई भाषा है, और थोड़ा सा टाइम आपको लगेगा, हो सकता है 2 दिन, 4 दिन, एक हफ्ता, ऐसा लगेगा। तो इसीलिए आपको घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है, परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है। धीरे धीरे आपको सब कुछ बहुत आसान लगने लगेगा। समझ रहे हैं ना? बस एक ही बात का आपको ध्यान रखना है कि अगर आगे बढ़ना है तो लगातार चलते रहना पड़ेगा, यानी कि लगातार क्लास अटेंड करनी पड़ेगी, और जो क्लास में ब्लैक बोर्ड पर लिखा है वो नोट करना पड़ेगा समझ समझ कर। और इसकी वीडियो जो है पोस्ट हो जाएगी, तो वीडियो को दोबारा देखकर आप फिर से उसको नोट कर सकते हैं। दोबारा से कुछ समझ नहीं आया तो दोबारा से भी समझ सकते हैं, ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, और अब मैं ये डेल्टा वाई और डेल्टा एक्स क्या है, लेट मी टेक अनदर एग्जांपल। ये एग्जांपल है आपका y इज इक्वल्स टू 3x प्लस 2। चलिए इसका ग्राफ अब हम बनाते हैं, तो आपको और अच्छे से समझ में आएगा। तो स्टूडेंट्स, फर्स्ट स्टेप, आपको x और y के बीच में रिलेशन पता लग गया।
Yes, sir.
सेकंड स्टेप, चलो अब टेबल बनाते हैं। आप मुझे पहले ही बता दो कि यहां पर आपको लीनियर ग्राफ मिलेगा या नॉन लीनियर। कैसा ग्राफ मिलेगा आपको, लीनियर या नॉन लीनियर?
Linear. Non-linear. Linear. Linear.
ओके, हाँ बेटे निधि, कैसा ग्राफ मिलेगा?
Linear.
कनिष्का, कैसा ग्राफ मिलेगा? हाँ, लीनियर। क्योंकि कुछ बच्चे तो क्वेश्चन पूछते ही जो है वो एग्जिट करना भी शुरू कर देते हैं। बेटे डरने की क्या बात है, आपको आंसर नहीं भी आता तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना? क्योंकि ऐसा होगा कि आपका आंसर गलत भी होगा, आपको नहीं भी आता होगा, तो कोई बात नहीं, तो इसमें परेशान होने की बात नहीं आपको। सो
Okay.
So students, when the power of x and y both is 1, you will always get a linear graph. Yes, means you will get a line. Your graph will be a line, straight line. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I told you that this is y equals to mx. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But along with that, here now you have a constant. What do you have a?
Constant.
So we write here plus c as constant. So this is the equation of a line. तो क्या मिल गया आपको? स्टैंडर्ड इक्वेशन। क्या है ये? स्टैंडर्ड इक्वेशन ऑफ ए लाइन। गॉट इट? चलिए अब इसका ग्राफ बनाते हैं। हमें पता लाइन मिलनी है, हमें लाइन मिलनी है, तो लेट अस मेक द ग्राफ x and y. x equals to 1, put x equals to 1. What will y equals to? 3 into 1 plus 2, that is 5. If x equals to 2, what will y equals to?
8.
3 into 2 plus 2, that is 8. If x equals to 3, what will y equals to?
11.
Yes. So x equals to 2, y equals to 8, x equals to 3, y equals to 11. Now let us plot these graphs, these points on this in this xy plane. So let me take x as 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let me take y as 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. So the first point is x equals to 1, y equals to 5. So x equals to 1, y equals to 5. I got this point. X equals to 2, y equals to 8.
Yes, sir.
So 2,
Yes, sir.
2 and 8. X equals to 3, y equals to, so this is 12 here, so it's 11. So 3, 11. Now what about x equals to 0? What will y equals to?
0.
What will y equals to?
2.
2. So whenever x equals to 0, you get constant here. What do you get?
Constant. Constant.
Is this clear? So when do you get this constant? Y will be equals to constant. When you get y equals to constant, when you put x equals to 0.
0.
So x equals to 0, y equals to 2.
Constant.
Yes. So x equals to 0, y equals to 2. So join these 4 points. You will get a straight line. So what is the equation of this line? The equation of this line is y is equals to 3x plus 2. Got it, students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So another very important point is, like suppose if I ask you x equals to 1.5, what will y equals to? So see,
5.5.
okay. So you get this point, like this is your, so when x equals to 1.5, y will be equals to what? See, this is 7 almost. So this is between 6 and 7. So how much it will be? This is 6.5. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So now you can check your value here also. Put x equals to 1.5. What will be y equals to? So x equal,
6.5.
so y equals to 3 into 1.5 plus 2. That is 4.5 plus 2. That's 6.5. So students, all the points on this graph, there are infinite points in the graph, and all the points which satisfy this equation will lie on this graph. Is this clear? So how many points lie on this graph?
Infinite.
Infinite points. Infinite points. So line comprises of infinite points. Okay? Now,
Yes, sir.
now I have taken suppose this any particular portion of the graph you can take. Suppose I have taken this part of the graph, this part of the graph. Okay. So this part of the graph means whole graph I have taken from here to here. When I am reaching from here to here, how much steps I have moved on the x-axis? How much steps? 1, 2, 3. So change in x-axis is from, how much is the change along x-axis? I have reached the final point, final step 3, and I have started from 0. So final minus initial, that is change in x-axis. Okay. Now let us find. Now let us find what is the change. See, this is 11. How much is the change along y-axis? X equals. So how much is the change in y-axis? What is your final position on the y-axis?
11.
11. And what was your initial position?
2.
2.
2.
2. So what is delta y? How much steps you are changed when you move from here to here? X changes by 3 steps, and y changes from 2 to 11. Y changes by how many steps? 9.
9.
So now slope will be equals to change in y-axis. divided by change in x-axis. So what will be the slope equals to? 9 upon 3.
3.
So that is 3 upon 1. Right? That is equals to
Yes.
3. So from here also you can directly tell that the slope is 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So have you understood the meaning of what is the meaning of change in x-axis? So change in x-axis means, or change in y-axis, whatever it is, final position. See, this was your first observation, y1. You started from here, and this is your second observation, y2. So final observation, which was your y2 minus the first observation, that is your y2 minus y1. That is y. So y is always means the change always means final minus initial. This is what the meaning of change is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the line is cutting the y-axis at point 2. Yes. So
Yes.
that's also actually equals to C. So C equals to 2. So I call this point as, so it is intercepting the y-axis at this particular point. So this is y-intercept. What do I call this C as? Y-intercept. So this C is, what is C? Which is your constant. So C is y-intercept. So you have two variables, students. One is m, means we are studying the relation between x and y, and while studying the relation between x and y, we have written this linear equation. So linear relation is there between x and y. So we have m, which is the slope of this line, and c is y-intercept. Okay. What is c?
Final.
What is m?
Slope.
So if you can write the relation in this form, y equals to some constant into x plus some constant. So you can instantly tell that where this graph is going to intersect the y-axis and what is the slope of this graph. Now see here, now I am taking this particular portion of the graph. Okay, this particular portion. So here, how much is the change in x-axis, students? From here to here. What is the change in x-axis? What is the final position is 2? What is the initial position? 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So delta x is 1 here. How much is the change along y-axis, students? See, I started from 5 and I've reached 8. So final is 8. So what is change? 8 minus 5. How much is 8 minus 5? 3. So what will be the slope?
3.
3. Slope is delta y by delta x, 3 upon 1, that is 3. So slope of a straight line is constant, students. Take any part of the line, you will find the slope delta y by delta x. It will always be 3. It is written over here. So the slope of a straight line is a constant. And this is written with the letter m, denoted by letter m. And here it is 3. So this 3 is constant. This is a constant number. So slope of a straight line is constant. Is this okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So just note it down, just complete it if you want to note down anything, because you are supposed to note down.
Sir,
Yes.
Written.
Okay, good. Okay, students, shall we move forward?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell me which graph is it? What is the name of this graph? Y is equals to x square.
Par-
Pa-
Parabola.
parabola. Very good, students. So this is
Parabola.
y is equals to x square. The name of this graph is parabola. This is y equals to x square. It is written over here. Okay, students.
Yes, sir.
Now let us find the slope of parabola at different points. See, what is the slope from this point to this point? Let us find the slope. Change in x-axis is 1. So how much is the change in y-axis? 1,
One.
1, 1, 1. So here the slope is 1, right?
Yes, sir.
What about now again move one step on x-axis. How much is the change in y-axis?
One.
No. See, delta y will be equals to what? What is delta x here, students? From this portion to this portion. How much is the delta x here? 2, 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1, final minus initial. So delta x is final, matlab, final minus initial. So here final is 2, initial is 1. So change in x-axis is 1. How much is the change in y-axis? Final y, yes, see, this is 4, yes, final is 4. Minus what was the initial?
One.
1. So that's 3. So the slope here is delta y by delta x. So how much is the change in y-axis when there's change in x-axis 1? So slope is 3. So you can see that here the slope is 3 and here the slope is 1. So slope of curve changes at, in fact, at every point. Slope is changing at every point on the curve. Whereas slope of a line is constant. Agreed, students? Because the equation of line is y is equals to mx plus c. So that's the slope which is a constant. So finding the slope of a line is very easy because it's constant everywhere and you can simply find the slope as, if you know this relation, you can tell the slope, or you can write the slope as delta y by delta x. But to find the slope of a curve which is changing at every point, yes, so it's not easy to find. But we can have a relation. What do we have? Another relation, a new relation. What is it? Another relation, a new relation. New relation between what? Between slope and x. Do you want to know the relation between the slope and x, students? What is the relation between slope and x? So that you can, at any point, like I told you, how to find the slope at, the slope at every point is changing. So this particular part, I want to find the slope at this point. So I will draw a line which is touching this at one point. If I want to find the slope at this point, I will draw a line which is touching this curve at only one point. Again, touching this at one point. So you will find that slope is increasing. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I want to give you a relation between the slope and x. You want to know that relation? The slope at any point you want to find out. So actually here we have to take very small change in y-axis divided by slope is very small, very, in fact, not very, but very small change in x-axis divided by very small change in, very small change in y-axis upon very small change in x-axis. Why I'm taking very small? Because see, the slope is changing at every point on the curve. So that is why I in case of line, I can take that the slope is delta y by delta x. But here, because the slope is changing at every point, so I have to take the y as very small and x as very small. So when y is very small, writing this thing all the time, I write this small dy by small dx. So that's the slope at a point on the curve. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So here I will take y as very small and x as very small. So at any point on the curve, the slope will be delta y by delta x. So when you are finding the slope on the curve, what will be the slope, students? Very small change in x, very small change in y divided by very small change in x. But when you are finding the slope for a line, you can take any change in x and any change in y. It will work. Is this okay?
Yeah.
See, just assume that you are in nursery class and you are studying A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, whatever I'm teaching you, they are these tools. Okay, and then in KG class, you study the, joining the letters like A and N, CAT cat, and BAT bat. Okay, so we are right now in, in this class. So don't feel bored what we are doing. Some of the time, yes, we feel bored because we don't know the application of it. But when we start reading words and then in first class, we start reading sentences, we know how to read. So assume you are, this ninth class as means first 6 months of the foundation course as you are in nursery. Then next 6 months assume yourself in KG, and then next 12 months you can assume now you are in first and second class and you will start enjoying. So here also after some days you will start enjoying. So there are a lot of ways how to tell these particular things. These are very very easy things and there are a lot of ways, and I'm discussing this slope in different ways with you. So slope tells us the relation between the two variables. What is the relation if I'm changing x with 1 unit, how much will be the change in y? Okay students, so so in very simple way, slope means dhal, and I will finish the class with one simple question that I will ask you. So we have this question, this is velocity and this is time, and I have got this graph students. Okay, tell me, is it a linear graph or non-linear graph?
Non-linear graph.
So it's a curve, and curve means non-linear graph. So is the slope same at all the points or is the slope different? So slope is different at different points, right?
Yes, sir.
So so now my next question is, which physical quantity this slope is telling you? So slope tells you change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis. Yes. So suppose okay. So what is change in y-axis? What is there on the y-axis? Velocity.
Velocity.
So velocity is changing on the y-axis. What is changing on the x-axis?
Change in time.
So what is the physical quantity which tells you change in velocity upon change in time?
Acceleration.
Acceleration. Very good. So slope and acceleration. So slope of this graph tells you the acceleration. Means more is the slope, more is the acceleration, less is the slope, less is the acceleration. Now I am telling you 4 options. So we have points. This is O, this is A, and this point is B. A option. In the part OA, acceleration is increasing. Okay. Second option you have is in the part AB, acceleration is increasing. Option C, in the part OA, acceleration is decreasing. In the part AB, acceleration is decreasing. So acceleration is nothing but slope. So whenever slope comes, read it as acceleration. Whenever acceleration is written over here, read it as a slope. Yes. So students, tell me which of these options is correct. From O to A, is the slope increasing? What do you think? Slope is increasing when you move from O to A. Slope is what is happening with the slope?
Slope is decreasing.
Yes. See here, find the slope here. This is the slide. Find the slope here. This will be the slide. So where do you have more slope? Here the slope is more. Here the slope is less. Now further find the slope moving along this line. This will be the slope. So again lesser.
Yes.
What is the slope here? Slope is almost 0. So again lesser. So slope is becoming lesser and lesser. So it means as you are moving with the time, the acceleration is lesser and lesser.
Less, sir.
So which of these options is correct?
Option D. D.
Option D, from A to B, acceleration is decreasing. So I end this class with this question, students. So just be regular. Watch this video again if you want to.
sir.
Okay, make your notes.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much, students, for being with me. See you in the next class tomorrow.
Thank you. Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.